Got a job for today. Got some chickens out here. Awesome. Water's offline, but that's okay. I can pee in the back, in the trees. There's some pigs. Wow, big old fatso pigs, man. Bacon. I love bacon. We can get down to business, see what's going on here. There's our return grill up high. Bet she's righteous in there. Let's see. Let's see what she looks like. If I can get it up with my fingers, I can. Damn it. I'll check in a minute. Sweet. I know that bitch is going to be purring like a kitten. I can just tell already. The coil falling apart. She rusted out. Oh, yeah. Held on with duct tape, baby. This is going to be a winner. This modular has two units sitting pretty close together. It's really strange. I never have seen two units on one modular. I don't think it has another story. Unless I just didn't notice. This is a protector for the thermostat wire. So that's cool. That's some good stuff. No problems there. They're tight, but I mean, they're going to be all right. It might be closer than the manufacturer allows, but it will still function, I'm sure. Mobile home units, they don't have any service valves on them. Little lizard. All right, guys, let me sort this out. We have the S-Man 460 hooked up here. Let's set it on R22. 92 pound standing pressure. It seems like it's a little bit warmer outside, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Contactor's a little eat up inside there. You can tell. Capacitor's old. Got a dead bug on top of it. See if we have voltage to it. I'm gonna set up my Z manifold on the other unit so we can go ahead and turn them both on and see how they run. Well, we're over here on unit number 2. Unit number 2 has a couple issues. The main thing being the no refrigerant. That's probably the main thing. Uh-oh, phone call. Let's see. My gosh, it's Chris Greathouse. I wonder what he could want. Well, guys, I put some nitrogen on this stuff, and you'll see. I'll let you hear it again. She's a leaker. Probably the accumulator down there, but you know what? The sucker's finished. Trying to figure out one of the systems was missing a thermostat, so I'm gonna jump out the terminals on the one that's on the wall, and hopefully it's that one. We'll see. I love the water heater. You see the strain relief, the general ease of piping, professionally done. Drain pan, tailored to fit this unit exactly. Oh, it's awesome. This thing is super duper. My furnace, I took the guts off of it. I got the breaker shut off to it because there's no point, because there's no refrigerant in this one. So I'm gonna go take the other one out. Try to jump out the fan motor so I can just run it. I'm just gonna press the contactor down to see what it does for a few minutes. So I have to walk over here. Near the front door. We have our other furnace with the return and like the front family room over there. There's filter grills on both sides. So I'm gonna take this thing apart, take a look inside there, see what we get into. The stanks. What I have here is I have these two black wires taken off, and you can see them right here. Take them off the blower relay. One of them's the power coming in, one of them's the power going out to the blower. I'm just gonna splice them together so I have a constant feed to the fan. So when I turn this power on, I'll get that blower to run. Then I can go outside and push the contactor down, run it in heat, just see what it looks like. See what it looks like. It's crazy low and refrigerant. It looks sort of right. So just so I have a rough idea what's going on. So I have the floor out. We have it set on microfarads. I have this old capacitor here. Sure, I have a nice good handle on it. 2.85 microfarads, so that's a little bit shy of 10. Let me see if I can get an actual 10. See if I have one on the truck so we can fire this thing up, or have something a little bit closer to 10 so we get a little bit better RPM. Now we're going to replace this capacitor because we have to test it, or try to test it. So I can't really recommend to change a machine out or what repairs to do if I don't know anything about what's going on. I am surprised we had a fuse inside there that wasn't blown. I don't know why that is. The wire was cut cleanly enough, I guess. Fuse might not blow. Usually when you cut a wire, it'll blow the fuse. But I guess that's not necessarily what had to happen. What I'll do is I'll get my tray of goodies right here. I have my Ryobi impact driver. I'll launch one in there. What I'll do is I'll just leave it in there. I'll bill them for it because we had to do it to test it anyway. Good. You always want to make sure the blower wheel's way out of the way, but just spin it to make sure it's not hitting anything. Let's check this one to make sure it's closer to 10. It should be. Yep, we're good there. You see, we're 10.02. Real excited about the FLIR meter. It's a really good meter. We're going to have a review on it too. Hopefully, it should be out by the time this video comes out, but we'll see. I don't know. You never know. I can get kind of lazy. Alright, so we're running amps were way high. So let's see. Our running amp should be 3 amps. So this is the motor that came with the unit because it doesn't have any reversing leads unless someone even got the actual same motor. No, that's not true because no one ever does that. All right, we're going to set it back on millivolts. Reason why we're using this fill piece clamp, and see 1 amp equals 1 millivolt AC. You use AC on this clamp. If you're using the other accessory heads, you use DC. So I'll plug it in there. See, it just plugs in on the inside, and we're going to find that wire the blower hooked onto. Got it right there. Let's see how it fires off this time. Now we're gone from 2 microfarads to 10. Still a little high unless my meter's... Let me reverse those leads and make sure we were squared away. I don't think we should have anything else on. It definitely started a little bit better. Alright. I just switched the leads, see if it makes a difference. Alright, let's try it again. Something's not right. Let me see if I got something on over here. The compartment is back feeding the heat strip somehow that I didn't notice. Could be. Screw down there with dirt. I'm about to say, where'd the screw coming from? Down there in the larva. It's gross. Alright. I'm going to check my other meter against that one to make sure I got things squared away. We're going to check with the south wire. We have the old 2101N or 21010N. We're going to see if any of these strips are running, so like it's back feeding through the blower to power the strips. No. Yeah. All right. So it is feeding back to the blower. Let's do us a favor and disconnect it so it can. You can see up here that area right at the top was where that strip was running. You can see it's hot right there. And we have it over here on the side. You can see the blower's overheated, so we're gonna let it cool down for a second so we can turn it back on after I disconnect it. You see it's 100 and blah 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 blah. So let it cool down for a second. Unplug that heat strip so it wouldn't backfeed through there, so we can just run the blower by itself. Alright, I got the blower restarted. It cooled off. We're running at 3.3 amps, so it's a little bit over the amps where it should be. I have it kind of stuck through a door section where there's no flange, so this can move around easily. I'm going to push the contactor in outside to see what kind of pressures we get running in heat, because our reversing valve will not be energized. So I have my contactor stick right here. We're gonna let it run for a few minutes to see what the S-Man comes out at. We should be in heat mode. So we should see our line temperatures, section line temperatures in the 90s, so that's heat mode for sure. Let it run for a minute or two, we'll see where we're at. It looks like I had to make sure I got the right unit over here because we were up almost to 400. So I want to make sure we had the right unit. I'm gonna take a look underneath the house. It's getting confusing. All right, I have my contactor pusher 2000 now, complete with electrical tape. Contactor kind of sparks whenever you push it in. It's not in very good shape. So now our pressures look a little bit better, and we'll see where it ends up. I'm gonna let it run for about, I don't know, not 5 minutes, shit, like 2 minutes. See what happens. So we have 216 over 56.3 is coming up. So that's not too crazy, not too far off. We have 66 degrees outside. It actually is running on its own now. I just went in this, the board out here has a delay. So I guess it got through its delay and now it's calling for cooling, which is fine. Or calling for heating, sorry. But this doesn't look too bad at all, really. Fine. I'll let it run for about 3 or 4 more minutes. The wiring needs to be straightened up a little bit, to say the least. And the indoor coil looks like it's about shot, it's falling apart, so I'm taking another look at that to see if it looks like it's worth saving or not. Probably not. So as you can see, this coil looks pretty bad. It's about to fall apart. Yeah. Not the whole thing, just the whole side over here pretty much is falling apart for some reason. So warming up. So the charge not too bad. So maybe yes or no. I'm not quite sure if this coil's a leaker. It doesn't look like, if it is, it's not leaking too much or it's been serviced recently and filled up. One of the two. Furnace looks like hell. It's got duct tape on it, but we'll see what they want to do. That was shot, so I just wired these 3 wires together. I guess we can turn it to cooling if I wanted to by getting the orange wire, but I mean, this is fine. We get a pretty good feel for it. It's kind of cold outside for doing cooling charge anyway. We've been running for several minutes now. We have 246 over 65 or so, 119 degrees on the hot gas line, 40 degrees of subcooling. One of the things that I've noticed here is that we're running that high of a head pressure even when it was in the lower 50s inside. We started out and it was in the 40s. So taking that into consideration, we have 156 degrees. I'm thinking that our coil is contributing to that as well, because the coil is so messed up, you're not getting the heat transfer you're supposed to get. That heat's staying on that line instead of transferring to the air. That's why we're getting these high head pressures even at cold temperatures inside. So I'm going to recommend they change out the evaporator coil and change the whole other system. Good God.